What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. My name's Jacob, and I go live just about every day from Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. And today we're getting back into the New Game Plus run of Silent Hill F. I realized I had made a mistake with the Sacred Sword mission and literally speed ran my way all the way back up to where I ended stream yesterday to make sure that we can get these new endings. I was a little sad to figure out you don't just have to find an offering. You also have to bring that offering to Jizo statue shrines, which is frustrating, but I got it done. Okay, when Mr. Yoneda was 20 years old, he came across an injured fox. Being the good teacher he is, he attended the fox's wounds, shared his food with it, and cared for it. One day, when the fox had fully recovered, it opened its mouth and spoke in a human tongue. After expressing its appreciation to Mr. Yoneda, the fox told him, I guess we'll figure that out whenever we find the next. Okay. I know where the first key is. And I know how to get it. It's gonna suck. Okay. Let's give this spot a good search. Can I get that where I'm at right now? No. I got too much health stuff right now. First, what's going on, Bacon? Had to? No, you're good, bro. Yeah, so I found out that I messed up the statues to get the Sacred Sword. And literally, I got home at like 3 o'clock. I spent 2 hours speed running all the way back to where I had ended stream. Just got done making a chopping board. I like a good cutting board. So I ended up making it to the same general area, but I have a whole hell of a lot more resources this time. Meow. It's okay, he makes regular cameos on the stream. I don't like that shit. This is actually one of the freakier monsters. I don't know if anybody here's ever watched Doctor Who, but like the angels, that when you look away they move. Sometimes these do that. I think that was a cool idea. I'm glad they put that in the game. It was made from Angelique maple and whinge wood. Where do you get specific woods like that? Oh yeah, this is the one I get locked in. Nani? Yeah, I remember this.
You want a snack?
Have a store near me called Rockler. They stock a little bit of the cool wood at high cost. Hell yeah. Why do I like barely not remember this? Hold on. Chill out, chill out, chill out, chill out. Fuck, dude. How did I get this last time? The fuck, man? Alright, it's not gonna ever be any of those two. There we go. Only the fruits. The Wenge wood kind of looks like the wood in the box in this game. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I did all these puzzles before. Let me see the passage again. I apologize, blah, blah, blah. I can picture us slowly unfolding the pages of our hearts, talking all about the small, mundane details of our day-to-day lives, filling up journals after another with our thoughts. A blank page upon which we can write the new story of our lives. Here it is. And what's the theme of this one? Spring will arrive, welcoming us with sakura in full bloom, to celebrate our union. Blooming flowers is the theme this time. That kind of counted. Yep, that counted. I really want to do a board from some purple heartwood. Not sure if you have ever seen that wood. It's pretty cool. I don't think I have, bud. I'm afraid the extent of my knowledge about woods comes down to guitar. There it is. All right. Boom. Easy puzzle.
どこに行ったかと思えばこんなところにいたのね。
お姉ちゃんどこ？
お友達と楽しく過ごせた。ならそろそろお支度をなさい。もうお友達とはお別れの時間よ。
お姉ちゃん。
あなたが殺すのよ。あなた。それができるからここへ来たのでしょ。
それってどういう？
She didn't say that last time. Yeah, so one of the conclusions that I've come to is that Junko is dead. That's why she exists in the spirit realm. She dead. I think that's the only logical explanation. Because when you see her, she even has rope burns on her neck like she died of hanging. Hmm. There was never a monster in here before. That's creepy. Ouch, you bitch. Trying to focus on traps and shit right now, alright? Tsuchiya Taiko, that was the one that the note upstairs asked me to destroy because she is disgusting. And when you open up her locker, it is pretty gross. I'm gonna come back for that. In fact, let's go pay a visit to the save point so we can get rid of some of our items. Okay. I really like my Inari sushi, so we can't get rid of that. Now all the monsters are upstairs. Hell yeah. Toolkit. Alright, you're getting on my nerves. Alright, we do not want any red capsules at all. Get rid of that. Ouch. At least we got hella health. I just wanted to come back up for the toolkit because that's super valuable. let's see if the code is the same. IO. Because we broke the code last time. Yep. This will save us some time. At least the puzzles won't be so terrible this time. This one was SOS. This one was bus. I remember this because we just guessed. Yeah, it was 865. Boom. Give me that. Oh, I hate that. I'm just gonna fight you. Oh my god. Okay, yep, that's what gave me the bus clue. The entire purpose of this room was specifically to let you in on the girl code. Yeah. I don't think there was another purpose at all. I remember the first time I ran through this section, it took me a minute. Somebody trying to curse Hinako. So that's a note I'm gonna put down. Radio messages? Question mark. If we're playing with the theory that this entire game is a hallucination, then I think that the radio messages are the real world getting through. That's my hypothesis on that one. I think there's a world in which all of these things are true at the same time. It's a hallucination, and it's a spiritual battle all at once. Oh, dodge your shit. What you gonna do about it? Okay, I'm really having trouble fighting you in an enclosed space. fix this because I got like 5 toolkits. I like my metal pipe. Boom. Get wrecked. Key to the back mountains. Man, I just repaired that, but I guess that it makes sense to replace it with a fresh steel pipe. No, let's just leave that. Let's see if there's any places in the school that I get access to in New Game Plus that I didn't beforehand. We don't want to leave any documents behind. Son of a bitch, bro. We gotta come back for that after we enshrine our other item. Inventory is an actual issue. But I think we can afford a level up now. Stamina. Stamina is what this game runs off of. Are they not going to talk about me? Alright, whatever. Since it's just the two of us, let's play our own version of Space Wars. What bit rate am I streaming at? I don't know. Is there a problem with it? It says 6,000 kbps. Alright, falls asleep in school. SR3. You saved my life and laid claim to my soul. In turn, I shall save your soul by claiming the life of your old self. What? We just saw his face for a second.
無理しなくていい。まだ休んでいるといい。
起きられます。
It let me skip the ritual?
辛い儀式だったろう。よく耐えた。よく頑張ってくれたね、ひなこ。さあ、先に進もう。
So New Game Plus, I don't have to play through the ritual for cutting her arm off and tearing her face off and branding her back. Starting the game from a completed file using an offering that recovers sanity will also fill up the Kutsu seal. Okay, well that's nice.
美しい腕だね。血潮さえ美しい。
ありがとうございます。
Damn, it does seem to be lagging out a little bit. You know, just for today, nobody watches me on Twitch anyway. Let's put a burden or take away some of the burden on my bandwidth by getting rid of the Twitch stream. I'm not sure how to find that, buddy. It does say dropped frames 2.1%. Okay. Right now it's saying it's oscillating between like 260, 270 megabits per second. No, that's download speed. Let me see what upload speed is. 19 Mbps. Should be, yeah, it says very fast. 19.4 upload speed. I have an idea. Let me see if my phone is still connected to the Wi-Fi. All right, that should be a little bit better. So I took your advice, or somebody's advice, and I got a an Ethernet cable so that I don't have to stream through Wi-Fi. But unfortunately, until I get a dedicated webcam, I have to use Wi-Fi in order to use my phone as a webcam, because my phone hooks up. So that's probably something. I just got paid. I'll probably just have to order me a webcam. We could start bypassing this problem. It's hard to tell. Because I did notice a little bit of lagginess on my side. Because I keep my stream open so I can check chat. And that's how I know if my shit's fucking up. But yo, New Game Plus goes completely differently. It skipped an entire gauntlet of puzzles. She's got all these drawings of Shu. So your streaming bitrate for YouTube might be a bit low if it's 6,000. Okay. Do you have any idea what the settings should be set at? I'll make a note of it and I'll change that setting before I start my next stream. I don't know much about computers, so I appreciate you helping me try to optimize. Because I do experience a bit of problems sometimes. Whoa. Ouch. Yo, this puzzle's gonna be so much easier now that I can siphon souls in the middle of it. I've got to give Konami credit for that. Them shortening the New Game Plus is actually really clutch. 1080p at 60 frames per second on the low end should be 8,000 to 12,000. Okay, real quick while I'm thinking about that, let me put that swap bitrate to 8,000 to 12,000. I'm gonna put that in my Discord so that I remember that for the future. And then I'm probably gonna go try to find a decent webcam. Ouch! So that I can stop using my phone. Did I just block myself in? No, I don't think I did. Let's do it, bitch. Take this fox arm. Wasted years of my life at school carefully putting on the good girl act, pretending I was perfect in every way, basking my own sense of superiority. Back then I believed I was better than everyone else, but things are different now. I can see how I've been looking down on others just to falsely raise myself up. I can't help but wonder, though, has everyone else seen through my act this whole time? Hinako, Sakuko, even Shu, maybe they've always seen through me, straight to my rotten core. Maybe all this time they were only pretending to be my friends. What was that? The only reason I asked was I just fixed my stream last night, kept getting buffering problems, changed my bit rate, and it fixed it. Yeah, I mean, I will definitely try whatever I can, man. Yeah, when stream starts acting up, it's hard to focus on being entertaining and trying to talk to people. So I do appreciate the help. It's very distracting. The thing I normally do is I normally just drop Twitch because I really don't be getting watchers on Twitch, man. I think that if I get a dedicated webcam and I start connecting through Ethernet cable and then increase my my bit rate, that should make a big difference. All right, this is the last part. Yeah, that's the other reason I want to get a dedicated stream cam, because even though I can't seem to get TikTok to allow me to operate via OBS through Streamlabs right now, it keeps denying me. I think that there's a way that you can use an app to connect to your PlayStation on another profile and then stream to TikTok straight off your phone. And if I could get up and going on TikTok like as soon as possible, that would be really great. I have a Mac, bud. For some reason, every time I try to download TikTok Studio on the Mac, it does not work. Hell no. Okay, that's gross. Hold on a second. All of a sudden, the town was enveloped in a thick fog. Everywhere I looked, I saw strange monsters. I could only bring myself to sit inside my empty house alone and shaking. That's when Shu came and rescued me. After that, it didn't matter how terrifying the outside world was, as so long as I was able to spend time alone with Shu. But then I realized that cockroach Hinako was with him. What are the odds? My God, bro, she's so mean. And it's hard to tell if any of these documents are even real or if they're fabrications of the spirit realm. This shit right here is brutal. Shit right here is real brutal, man. That's what you get for pushing me down the stairs. That's all I'm saying. That was real rude. I do appreciate that they made this puzzle easier, because I'll tell you what, I was struggling with that puzzle. In the first playthrough. Because when you don't have the fox arm, you can't siphon souls and the bad guys just keep getting up. Nice. I had a strange dream. It was about a very old sword, one that was cursed, steeped in evil energy. The sword must be the source of the corrupt god's power, I'm sure of it, but because the sword itself is divine, it can't be destroyed. However, if someone were to purify it, then surely the corrupt god could be weakened. If the sword can be submerged in the elixir that exorcises evil spirits, then it could be used to sever the strings that control those who roam lost through the fog. Did not know they even had a program till you said that. Yeah, I tried to download TikTok Studio because you're supposed to be able to use that to get a stream key to program into your OBS. But every single time I try to download TikTok Studio, it's not compatible with Mac or some shit. I don't know what the deal is. You need 73 more followers to go live. Yes, I do. That's what... I could do the Streamlabs thing, but I just don't have enough followers right now. I need to be at 1,000. And I stay posting on that thing, man, but I just don't seem to be able to climb. I probably need to make an effort to stop posting shorts that have YouTube on it. Because I was watching a video the other day, and they said even if you go live on TikTok, do not mention any of the other platforms, or you will have a massive decrease in visibility. If you want to say Twitch, call it the purple platform. If you want to say YouTube, call it the red platform. But don't say the actual names. I'm like, bro, is it really that serious? I thought TikTok was petty, but then you showed me that you can't even open up my TikTok from YouTube. And it's not because the link is invalid. It's because YouTube just won't allow it. Well, you gotta imagine, they're all competitors. And they watch the meta, man. Like, they know that people are using TikTok to try and get people to come back to their streams on another platform. So, they know what's up. Well, the biggest difference is that in reality, the benefit of streaming on Twitch or Kick is that if you can get affiliate, then you can potentially get a monetization that gives you a better cut of the ad revenue than any other platform. But in reality, Kick and Twitch don't compare to TikTok or YouTube. They don't have the same algorithmic visibility. It's just not the same. What did I open that for? This over here? What was the purpose of switching that switch? If now I can't go through any of these doors. I think so. It's all some iteration of short form content. Bro, what is the fucking secret here? What song? What are you talking about? Bro, what the fuck is going on here? That one you sent on Discord? Bro, that shit's funny. It's super funny. White and green. Bro, so like when I found that song, I started finding a bunch of AI generated really dirty country songs. But what blows me away about that one is that that's not AI generated. That's an actual song from the 30s. What is the point of this switch if it does nothing but lock me into this room? I don't understand. Hey, man, people like what they like back then, you know what I'm saying? Can't even be mad at them. Alright, I think that I might have figured something out here. Yep, I did. Come here, you. Alright. I don't know why that was so difficult for me to figure out.
ウサギサッコが好きだった。
Quit crying. Okay. Let's hit this switch right here. I was about to say, it better not lock me in. I'm gonna be pissed. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Stop beating my ass. The more I play Elden Ring, the less I enjoy it. Not a fan. You like the Souls games more? I mean, you're not alone in that, man. There's a lot of people that I like hang out and play D&D with who genuinely believe that Elden Ring is a lesser product compared to some of the Dark Souls. The hottest take I have ever heard is my DM will tell you with a straight face that Elden Ring is just a worse Dark Souls 2, which is crazy to say because people really don't like Dark Souls 2. But that's what he believes, man. Come over here. Yeah, I'm excited to get back to Bloodborne. Once I finish this New Game Plus. Because I'm really close to beating it. But I have to New Game Plus this. It's a necessity. In my opinion, the map feels too big and lacks a clear path, so it's easy to get sidetracked and end up running into bosses you're not ready to face. That's my biggest, because I've played quite a bit of Elden Ring, even though I haven't beat it. That is my biggest criticism. Is part of what makes the Souls games and Bloodborne work is the linearity of the levels. This scene plays so much different now that she's already transformed. Yeah, I've heard that too. Huh. Okay. This part always really confused me quite a bit. The medicine cabinet from Shu's place. Ouch. Fucker. Because the first item that you find is the comic books that they used to read together. But the second item that you find is like a horrible, messed up drawing of Hinako where people are like making fun of her. Like, why would he keep that? Yep, here it is. There are all kinds of curses written on it, like stupid, disgusting, etc. Why would that be a prized possession of shoes? So, to gain some context on the story, I had a look at some of the other endings, Bacon, and in the original ending, it looks like she's having a psychic or a psychotic break because of the pills that she was taking, and you find out that the person who was giving her the pills was Shu the entire time. And he was giving her the pills on purpose, knowing that they could be dangerous. Because he doesn't want her to get married. This one monster is why I thought that her decision was whether or not to have a baby. I was wrong. It's gonna beat your ass with my superpowers. I'm glad that they've condensed this, man. I was actually dreading the whole fucking ceremony part. I didn't feel like going through those puzzles again. Inside page was full of drawings Hinako were drawn at the bad guys that the protagonist defeated. Moreover, in order to make the method of death even more bizarre than the manga's presentation, they stubbornly added a lot of scattered blood and guts. It just doesn't feel like that could be real. Feels like they're subtly lying to her so that she lets go of her friends. I won't lie though. As sad as this is, this scene looks fucking sick.
来てくれたんだな、相棒。俺はお前にいいんだ。ひな子の好きなようにして。俺は相棒の選択なら受け入れるぜ。
These scenes make way more sense in New Game Plus.
幼い頃からの友人に別れを告げるのは辛いだろう。
はい。あ、いえ。するべきでした。もっと早く。こんな姿をお見せして申し訳ありません。
謝らなくていい。むしろその痛みを強いた私の方が謝らねばならない。行こう。
He also said that she saved his life. And now he's gonna save hers. Okay, that's the end of Spirit Realm 3. Passes out after killing friends.
シュウ、リンコ。
Now we're in reality round 4. So I have a slight answer to why I think Rinko kept saying she was gone. I don't think she meant it as Hinako was dead. I think she meant it as in they could never be together.
逃げたのかも。
Okay, so we've got to find the fifth Jizo statue is located near Shu's house beside the nearby house on the hill. Head upstairs to obtain Dad's old kitchen knife from a tree. You can complete this as you make your way to the Shimizu residence. No, we're looking for... Let's continue to have a look around. Fourth Jizos, located near the Divine Tree. You can find this while exploring Ebisugaoka Mountain Path as you make your way to Shu's house. I need the cracked hibachi brazier, which can be found outside of Shu's house. So we've got 3 out of the 5 steps we need to get the sword. Alana, verified streamer on Kick. If you do want to collab, I would be interested. There's a link to my stream Discord at the top of the chat. If you'd like to reach me, that does sound fun. I would definitely like to collab. Let's save the game. Okay. I want to do something goofy. I'm gonna go with the pretty pink outfit. Not today, it's every 3rd of the month. That's fine. If you still would like to connect, I'd look forward to that. That would be cool. I don't collab as much as I wish I could. Should I swap this for anything? I don't think so. Let's keep looking around. We don't want to miss out on any documents in the area. You're beating up my metal pipe, man. Go down already. Let's go ahead and use one of my toolkits to make room. I don't want to miss. I don't want to miss this hibachi bracer. Let me look at the map again. Don't think we're there yet. Okay, what do we got here? I don't care about Higashi. Don't ever really use this stuff. Oh. Time for another ass whooping. Ouch, bro. Quit it. Okay. Got through that bit.
Guess what?
What, baby?
This is what we ended up with final design.
Okay.
I think I really can do this for you.
I know you can.
Isn't that she's screaming? She was screaming on the phone like, "This is amazing!"
Okay, we want to swap that. Ooh, I've already got one. I think we're gonna have to eat one of these. Just move that out of the way for now. Whoa. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to continue this way. Map of Sugisato. It won't open without a key. Fuck, man. Toolkits are really valuable, but... Come on, go under the tree, babe. Come on. The view's great, isn't it? I've always wanted to see it with you. You're probably right if you made it this far, but just to be sure, you're not being followed by anyone, right? This is our own private sanctuary. We don't need anyone else. Left in front of a face. That's fucking creepy. I don't remember this last time. All these bodies.
Shu, Rinko.
Metal gate key. My sanctuary is still incomplete. I'm lonely, so lonely it feels like I'm going to freeze. I need to gather more women, more. But even when I do, they all go away. I keep collecting more and more, but they all die. Why did you leave me all alone? I'm so lonely. It feels like I'm going to freeze. I need to gather more women, but even when I do, they all go away. Bro, what the fuck? Whoa. So maybe I'm not the only one losing my mind out here? That's creepy. Alright, we got a lot more faith now. Can I upgrade anything? My stamina. Let's save it for another. Next stream, I do going to try for Kick. Need to install plugin for multi-stream. Yeah, use the ATM multi-stream. It's really good. And whenever you make a Kick, bro, shoot me that name, that username, and I'll follow you. I might be in the minority here, but I think that Kick is going to take over as the primary streaming platform. We gotta go. Ah, shit. Well, that didn't work out. Maybe one day I'll show my face. You should, bro. I think it helps for people to have a personality and a face to connect to. Fuck, that's the wrong way. Please move. Oh, no. Second death. That didn't turn out well either. Go, 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 go. What's up, you? How you doing? Come on, go, go, go. Did not know you could have such a short name on here.
ちょっと休憩
When I read that, it reminded me of that, do you remember that skit from Rush Hour? He said, I'm talking about you. And he's like, me? He goes, no, not me, you. I am me. You are you. Could you stop chasing me for a second, please? Okay.
これで
I made it here.
終わりだよね
I'm alive. Let's save again. Bro, this built-in stick drift is crazy. That's all I gotta say.
この神社昨今地の古い神社か昔はさ 増えてたみたい火事があってからは人が寄りつかなくなっちゃったって聞いた
Okay, somewhere in this area should be the next offering to the Jizo shrine. Okay, here we are. We're at the Divine Tree. You can find this while exploring Ebisugaoka Mountain Path as you make your way to Shu's house. To make an offering at the statue, you'll need the cracked hibachi brazier, which can be found outside of Shu's house. So I've got to go up to Shu's house, find the brazier, and then bring it back to that shrine, I believe. No problem. I'll tell you what, dude, you need a guide. Because I was watching the videos about how to get the true ending, and if you mess up one single part of what I'm trying to do right now, like, the areas get closed off. You can't go back and do them. There is no fixing your mistake. You get it right on the first try or you're done. At least the bots give you a chat. Yeah, they do. They do. That last one, Elena, I don't think that was a bot. I hope it's not a bot. Because I would actually enjoy, collaborating.
繋がってたんだ。
Okay, so as long as I don't go in the house.
シュ相棒私だ
What is this? This was not in the original playthrough.
相棒今までありがとう 私も相棒に頼らずに自分だけで頑張るよ
Reached the Iwai residence without taking a single capsule and left the capsules on Shu's desk in his workshop. Yes. Yes. That's part one of the true ending. Winners don't do drugs. Hey there, partner. We've made it out of some pretty vicious battles together, huh? Even had to part ways with our fair share of comrades on the battlefield. I just never thought we'd have to part ways, too. But at least ours won't be a goodbye through death on the battlefield. From now on, you can't ask for anything from me, okay? Because it's not like I can expect your help anymore. You have to look after yourself now. I won't be there to drag you to safety when you fall. But wherever we go, and no matter what we do, we'll always be a part of the Space Army, and we'll always be partners. Got it? Thank you for everything, Hinako. Aww.
シュとりあえず家の中で2人を待つか
That's so sad. Alright, there's a cracked hibachi brazier. Let's bring it back to the shrine. Yeah. They hid a lot of this content in the original playthrough. But that's exactly what's going on right now. Is that Hinako has the decision of whether or not to go through with the arranged marriage, and Shu's in love with her. And even what he just did was a way of trying to make her decision for her. He took himself off the table. He said, hey, you're going to have to go on without me. That's the true casualty in this whole story, is everyone trying to make Hinako's choices for herself or for her. How do I the fuck? Oh, okay. I've already passed it. It's not here. There's another Jizo statue on the trail somewhere. The word partner is a little out of place for Japan in the 60s. The word partner is what they keep using because when they grew up together, they played make-believe that they were soldiers in a comic book about fighting aliens in a space army. That's what that's about. Offered the cracked hibachi bracer. Okay. No, you're okay. It's what I'm here for. So that's part of the characterization of Hinako, is it's the 1960s and her best friend is a man. She's like athletic and she doesn't talk or act like the other girls. And she kind of despises getting married because her mother is in an abusive relationship with her father. So this is kind of her greatest nightmare, is getting married off. And it's not even that she wants to be married. She's like being sold off so that the father can pay off his debt. So it's an arranged marriage. But part of me thinks that he sold her off to be married to a fucking kami, a yokai, you know, like a spirit. And that's what the spiritual realm story is about. They're parallel stories. Okay. That was the end of reality segment 4. And now we're getting into spiritual realm segment 4. Wow, she looks way scarier in the pink, to be real.
姿が見えなくとも一緒にいるのを感じます。
So
頑張ります。 あ
I
なたにふさわしくなるように。
I think that the doll represents her self in the spirit realm, or sorry, the doll represents her reality self, who she was, in the perspective of the woman who is like about to get married. And then the fog monster represents the woman who is about to get married in the perspective of who she was. I think that that's what's going on here. And this is almost like a very, very advanced supernatural version of dissociative dissociative identity disorder. That's what I think is going on. Because this version of her in the spirit realm does not express emotion in the same way. She's like stripping herself of her feelings and her identity. That's the entire purpose of her being branded by the family's brand and cutting her face off and sewing a fucking fox mask on her face. She's leaving behind everything that she was. But the real question is there a real world and a fake world? Or is that a Yati? Oh, you mean a Yeti? Talking about whatever I was just fighting? Thy lovely silver arm grows strong, thy figure no longer mortal but divine. Unto thy limb has the power of purification been bestowed. Grace us now with thy newfound strength. No, I don't think it's a Yeti. Do you mean like her arm? Oh, I think that they're like prisoners. They're like shackled prisoners with no heart and no face. I think that that is a reflection of how she sees adult men. Because that's one of the things with Silent Hill that you have to remember is that all of the monsters are like subtle reflections of subconscious beliefs that the protagonist has. It's like that in every Silent Hill. I don't think I have to do this, but I am going to. I don't want to miss out on any documentation. So I am going to take a once-over of this whole place. Let's use one of these to make room. The thing, like, I'm starting to get the bifurcation of the personalities, and I'm starting to understand the motivations of the side characters. But the biggest question I still have is this entire game a hallucination? And in reality, she's just running around murdering people? Because that's what the first ending made it seem like. Let's get a thicker health bar. And we can go back and pick up that item we had to leave behind. Nah, fuck it. It's right there. Because I think that there is a way where the beginning ending and the true ending can be correct at the same time. I'm not certain. But I think there's a way. We've already gone this way. This is the stage where in the first playthrough I would have been fulfilling the personal sacrifice ceremonies, chopping my arm off, chopping my face off. But in New Game Plus, it has allowed me to skip it, which is interesting. Ouch, you fucker. About to catch these hands. Or this one single buff hand. There we go. Nope, I need documents, man. I need more information. Because there's two factors that are sitting on my brain right now. One of them is that they talk about how there are springs, like water springs, underneath Ebisugaoka, and that every once in a while they spew toxic mist. And there was another bit of documentation I picked up that told a folklore story about how back in the day, a kami named Susano fought in Orochi, an 8-headed snake demon, and tricked it and cut one of its heads off, and that head fell into the area of the mountains where Ebisugaoka now exists. And that the poison of the snake exists in the springs. And that's the reason why the entire village worships Inari, is because they believe that Inari-sama, who is another kami, a god, a fox god, will keep the spiritual forces in balance and stop the springs from spewing toxic mist. So, like, there's this spiritual story that's happening, but there's this also real world shit that's being referenced at the same time. It's very confusing. That hurt. You about to get ass whooping. And then there were other documents that talked about... Here we are. Here's the document. What's it say? Family physician's log. It's a miracle. How could this be? The two daughters' symptoms have improved dramatically. Both patients have made a full recovery. I do not understand it one bit. Could this be a phenomenon that cannot be explained through scientific means? There exists no record in any literature of a disease or toxin that could lead to such a cruel illness. Such a dramatic recovery as the two daughters' experience has likewise never been documented. Now the housemates are whispering about a supposed cure, yet I can no longer chide them and insist science can prove all. Yeah, there is this documentation from these doctors talking about fox spirit possession and illnesses that just come and go without explanation. So there is real-world documentation of these spirits affecting reality. And there was another one talking about a concept called hierogamy, which is the process of these spirits or deities taking mortals as their wives. And then, like, look at that painting, bro. That fox just ate that lady's arm. Seems familiar. That white fox just ripped this lady's face off. What the hell? Alright, you're gonna quit. You're gonna quit falling off the ceiling on me. I'm gonna beat that ass. Can I get any more documentation? Alright, we've been all the way through here. I believe we've been all the way through here. So I'm trying to open every door that I possibly can. They all kind of lead back onto the same pathway. It seems like in some strange way, there's like a Vesica Pisces of reality and madness that this story is taking place inside of the middle of. However, the child she carried was unmistakably a descendant of the Synikis, and their blood lies in wait for tragedy to strike. It is only a matter of time before that child exacts their revenge. I believe the next time there is turmoil within the Suniki family, that child will make their move. There's talk of three families. The Ishigari, that was Sakuko, who's dead now. The Shimizus, which Hinako belongs to. And the Sunikis. And in the previous playthrough, before the end of the game, completely contextless, they showed baby Hinako saving a fox from getting its ass beat by a bunch of villagers. And Fox Guy said, "You saved my life, so now I will return the favor." I'm kind of just thinking out loud because I do plan to make a video essay about this.
とても綺麗だ。
There's got to be a way to tie all this together.
"では行こうか。
ご一緒に。
見たまえ。皆が私たちを祝ってくれている。
あなたの新しい生に。
I wish you all the best in your new life.
リンコ、私はあんたの願い通り死んでいなくなるから。だから私のことなんか忘れて幸せに生きなよ。忘れてやる、手伝ってやる。私の記憶から世界からお前の名前なんて全部消えたんですよ。消されない。私の名前は清水ひな子。私の気持ちを知ってたくせに欺いて憎い、お前が憎い。見たくなかった。こんなリンコ見たくなかった。私がバカだったよ。前にずっと騙されてた。騙されなんかない。お前が憎い、ひな子。
No, not really. It's close. It's close, but it's not there. This is not the final boss by any means. Oh man.
見たくなかった。リンコのこんな姿。でも今は嬉しい。お別れに際して私たちはようやく本音を語り合えたね。これでリンコの世界から清水ひな子は消えたね。お幸せにリンコ。私はじゃない。
どうしたひな子。
私は
君はひな子じゃないか。
私は
君はひな子だ。
はい。私は清水ひな子じゃない。私はひな子。
そうだよ。君は私のひな子だ。
Okay. Passes out after fight with Rinko. Hello.
え、お母さん。
そろそろ帰っといて。お夕飯ができたから。おい、リンコを離せ。
ひなこ、もう十分。殺すか殺されるか。
Will you kill or will you be killed?
姉ちゃん。
殺されなさい、ひなこ。
Now look, Junko clearly has
そうなの。みんな殺してるの。
rope burns on her
姉
throat.
ちゃんも殺したの。
ええ、私も殺したわ。お父さんもお母さんも、そして大切な妹であるあなたもね。友達もみんな殺したわ。
私は殺されたくない。
今日それを口にすることがどれだけ恐ろしいか分かってる。
もちろん。
今日までに何度も言ったかもしれないけれど、もう一度だけ言うわね。生はあなたが選びなさい。だけど今日、その選択には特別な代償が伴う。それもあなたが生き延びた時にだけ。あなたがおとなしく殺されるなら何の代償もない。お姉ちゃんはひな子に幸せになってほしいよ。
お姉ちゃん。リンコ。
So, this is giving me the suspicion that Junko went through a similar process, and that by fully embracing the spiritual transformation and turning into a member of the family of these yokai or kami, she, in the physical realm, is dead, and that she was just speaking to a spirit. Because that's the biggest thing. The biggest difference is yokai and kami are not the same thing. Kami are like deities, and yokai are like spirits. So I think that's the other trick. What are we dealing with here? Are we dealing with an actual deity, or are these yokai? Like, there is a significant difference between Inari, the god of fertility and prosperity, and a kitsune, which is a fox demon. There's a very big difference between those two things. I think I'm starting to wrap my head around this. I gotta go pee. I'll be right back. it. Alright, so the last Jizo statue. So we've got to head to an area just a little bit further up the path.
お姉ちゃんの言う通りだ。時間がない。二人とも待ってて。すぐ行く。There's a particular Omamori I want to equip. There we go. What does it say? I began taking this medicine out of desperation. My first impression was that it smells of peaches and is faintly sweet. After taking it before bed for the past 3 nights, I had my first lucid dream. For the whole night, I was able to organize my thoughts in a pleasant darkness. Was this what the tales meant when they said the drug allows you to speak with your inner self? I've heard of taking vitamin B6 makes it easier to remember dreams. However, I'm sure its effectiveness depends on factors like dosage and body composition. At any rate, this has been a letdown so far. In the Edo period, lightning struck the divine tree, leading... Come on, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop with the stick drift. Oh my god. Leading people to believe that its spiritual power was lost. Then they turned to worship the next oldest object, the Inari statues. Thus, the people of Ebisugaoka began worshipping Inari-sama. However, the sacred sword predates even the Inari faith. If the oldest object was to become the next object of worship, then it should have been the sacred sword. In other words, if the sacred sword is discovered, it will, without a doubt, undermine the very foundation of local beliefs. So this means that kind of answers my question of whether or not it's a real god. It's not the oldest thing in the area. So this village isn't actually worshipping Inari. They're worshipping fox demons.
Let's swap out the crowbar for this baseball bat. I like a crowbar a little better. Alright, we should be close to the next offering. Fuck, I shouldn't have taken that. Ew. Spitting blood at me. Bro, they are so beefy. Jesus, can you die, please? Here we are again. Get off me. You weird zombie hooker. About to take this crowbar. I just hit into a damn wall. Alright, let's heal up. My metal pipe, that's the homie. Perfect dodges become easier to perform. Owie. It wants a knife in a tree. Let's find it. Here we are. Dad's old kitchen knife. It has now been 2 weeks since I began taking Kakura Makakura. I've observed no significant physical changes. If anything, I've been falling asleep and waking with ease. I have lucid dreams on average of once every 2 days. When I do, I feel neither the passage of time nor exhaustion, which allows me to become lost in thought. However, today I was met with startling results. In my dream, there was another version of myself who spoke to me. Sounds familiar. fuck. I can't get past you unless I whoop your ass. Okay. Okay. Let's go get this dope sword. We gotta go this way. This sword better do some damage, bro. That's all I'm saying. This sword better be molly-whopping hoes. If this sword don't come with a Bankai or a domain expansion, I'm gonna be upset. I want to grip that shit in my hands and go Bankai. Fucking turn into a crazy spirit beast. There it is. An ancient sword that harbors a malevolent energy deep within its steel. Even if the blade chips, the mysterious power that resides in it will restore the weapon to its whole and unblemished state. While it is sheathed, the sacred sword will recover durability when you attack enemies using other weapons. While you cannot use the sacred sword to focus attack, your gauge will remain untouched if you attack while focusing. However, if you are attacked while in this state, you will automatically block the attack and be forced out of focus. You can perform a counter while wielding the sacred sword using R2 so long as the counter is possible, even if you are already in the middle of an attack. Okay, there's another... Alright, I already seen all this. I need to know how to purify the blade. If you complete the optional Crimson Water puzzle in the main hall, you unlock the option to purify the Sacred Sword. This is necessary to obtain endings 2 and 4, although it's a significant nerf to the sword. Maybe I'm asking the internet the wrong question. Where to purify the sword? Sugi Sato burnt out shrine. This is bumming me out. I want to get the right ending, bro, so I gotta figure this out. Give me just a second, guys. Oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me, bro. You got to be fucking kidding me. I think that I've already screwed up. What's going on, Kevin? I got the Sacred Sword, but I was supposed to do something before the Rinko fight to be able to use the burnt out shrine. Son of a bitch. Good thing I saved my game. You're not even gonna ask? So there is a way in New Game Plus to get the true ending, and to do so you've got to do some really, really specific non-intuitive shit. And I literally speed ran the first stream that I did yesterday off stream to make sure that I did everything correctly to get this Sacred Sword in my hand. And now I'm mildly certain that I have missed a step and that I'm going to have to load an old save in order to purify the Sacred Sword. I'm a little upset, but it's okay.
て一番古いお稲荷様だ。
Yep. Yep, that's exactly what's going on. Well, shit. What's up, Patrick White? How you doing, buddy? What's today? It's the 26th. I really hope this works, bro. Okay, yes. Beautiful. Beautiful, we're here. We are here. I thought I fucked up and I didn't save in the right spot, but I did save in the right spot, so I'm okay now. Alright, how do I find my way to the area with the blood shrine? Okay. I think I understand. There's a two-tiered approach to this shit. You can't just do it on one side. Let me get this straight. Is Snarky Puppy a jazz band? The piano player is crazy good. Yes, Snarky Puppy is a jazz band. In my opinion, Snarky Puppy is the greatest jazz fusion band on the planet. The keyboard player that you're talking about is probably Corey Henry, who is a unmitigated fucking beast. Bro, chill out. Jesus Christ. She's pretty strong. So, Kevin, playing through this game again, do you remember how in Silent Hill 2 there was the real world and then there was the other world? Well, in Silent Hill F, there's actually two Hinakos. There's her in the real world, and then there is her in the spirit world. And she's basically a part of an arranged marriage to a fox demon who is getting her to slowly sacrifice parts of herself to become more like a deity so that they can be married. As you can see, she's got the family's crest branded on her back. She chopped her fucking arm off and has a demon arm, and she chopped her face off and got a fox mask stitched onto her face. This is not really Hinako. It is, but it isn't. And yet our mortal world is ever changing. The age of gods has passed. Please stop. And the powers of heaven have withered. Such a living sacrifice may no longer suffice to quell the wrath of the deep. So our ancestors saw fit to place a seal of immense power upon the being below. Upon the water they set a great stone. Now the being remains sealed away, unable to break free of its prison. However, earth cannot endure forever against the might of water. As its power wanes, the seal shall break. When the wrath rises once more, we shall be powerless to stop it. No, the bunny ears is just a DLC thing. That's just me being goofy. That has nothing to do with the story. Upon the rock our ancestors built a shrine, naming it Heaven's Benediction, so it could serve as a sanctuary for our clan. When Heaven's benediction falls, the wrath of the depths shall rage against the heavens themselves, and both man and land shall face calamity. When that time comes, the glory of Higa's gods shall wane, heralding to the end of our clan. It is the duty of our family's head to ensure that the heavens' benediction will prosper for generations to come. It is the fate of our family's head that he shall prevent calamity from ever arising. He who seeks the crimson water, which banishes evil, when the Shishi-Odoshi strikes once, let the bell chime. Thrice shall the bells ring to speak the legends of this land. Trapped under the great stone in the lake's abyss lies a slumbering water dragon, born during the age of gods and sealed away by our ancestors. Deprived of the water dragon's spirit, the once lush great tree has met a withering fate. Is there any connection here to the story of the original Silent Hill? No. But to be fair, Silent Hill 2 didn't have any connection to the original Silent Hill either. Hotai-sama sitting cross-legged. A medicine bottle with Hotai-sama, the monk engraved, contains a red liquid. I'm not sure I understand. I have to interact with these bells in a specific way. Oh, how many bells are there? Okay, wait a minute. There is no connection to the original, but the more and more I understand about this, the more and more I have to say this is absolutely a Silent Hill game. It's just through the lens of Shinto belief. Okay. Stone. Water. Tree. So now I have to find the... That's water. That's fire. That's a mountain. I don't know if that counts. I don't know what the fuck that is. That's a tree. So I think that mountain is stone. Let's wait. Stone. Water. Tree. Yar. Okay. We've made the water crimson. Okay, and what am I supposed to do with this? Okay, cool. So that was the missing step. Now when I get the sword, I will be able to bring it to the Crimson Waters at the burnt out Segusa Shrine and purify the sacred sword. Which will allow me... Ooh, more inventory. There we go. Which will allow me to unlock the true ending on my New Game Plus. No, we're not getting that. I'm probably... finna beat Rinko's ass. And then... maybe finish the game tomorrow. Since we kind of had to backtrack a little bit. But now that we have backtracked, let's make sure that I save. Because I don't want to come back and have to do this again. But let's go beat Rinko's ass.
De wa, 行こうか。
ご一緒に。
見たまえ。皆が私たちを祝ってくれている。
I am curious why Junko doesn't have a fox mask. Because everyone else here in this clan... I need to set up a Discord at some point. I'm sure that helps a good bit. A little bit, yeah. It's nice to have somewhere to invite people. Even if sometimes, you know, they're not always paying attention. It's nice to have. What's up with her mask right there? She's got like a crow mask. She's the only one in the clan without a fox mask.
リンコ、私はあんたの願い通り死んでいなくなるから。だから私のことなんか忘れて幸せに生きなよ。忘れてやる。手伝ってやる。私の記憶から世界からお前の名前なんて全部消えたんですよ。消されない。私の名前は清水ひな子。
Right, rage mode activated, pretty much. It's too bad they don't give me the arm and the physical. That would be sick.
見たくなかった。こんなリンコ見たくなかった。私がバカだったよ。前にずっと。
No, this is the spiritual representation of the girl who pushed me down the stairs earlier in the game. Rinko. The jealous girl. So the first boss you fight is Sakuko. Ouch. Heal, please. Ouch. Oh, big arm girl.
見たくなかった。リンコのこんな姿。でも今は嬉しい。お別れに際して私たちはようやく本音を語り合えたね。これでリンコの世界から清水ひな子は消えたね。お幸せにリンコ。私はじゃない。
どうしたひなこ。
私は
君はひなこじゃないか。
私は
君はひなこだ。
はい。私は清水ひな子じゃない。私は
そうだよ。君は私のひな子だ。
I'll tell you what, nobody took more damage in this whole game than Hinako's outfit. The shit's getting torn up. I'd be pissed if you ripped the back off my shirt. Just all cold, the breeze hitting your back and shit. Again, hello.
お母さん、
そろそろ帰っておいで。お夕飯ができたから。おい、リンクを離せ。
ひなこ、もう十分。殺すか殺されるか決めた？
姉ちゃん。
殺されなさい、ひなこ。
Like, other than the rope burns, she looks like she's got a wound on her throat.
ええ、私も殺したわ。
And her skin looks wet, like she
そして大切な妹である。
was drowned or was like dumped in a river or something.
私は殺されたくない。
今日それを口にすることがどれだけ恐ろしいか分かってる？
もちろん。
今日までに何度も言ったかもしれないけれど、もう一度だけ言うわね。生はあなたが選びなさい。だけど今日、その選択には特別な代償が伴う。それもあなたが生き延びた時にだけ。あなたがおとなしく殺されるなら何の代償もない。お姉ちゃんはひなこに幸せになってほしいよ。
お姉ちゃん。
I'm curious. I think I have a suspicion of what happened to Junko.
リンコ。
So if we go into documents, I'm probably gonna look through a lot of this a bit closer tomorrow. This is what it is. Mandate of the clan. Drain from the sacrifice her blood, sparing not a drop, and add unto it wine that has been distilled 8 times over. Spare her body of its earthly viscera and fill it instead with rice that has been mixed with the master's saliva before sealing it shut with needle and thread. In the dark shall the vessel rest undisturbed until the redolent odor of wine rises from her skin. Adorn her in fine garments befitting a bride, then set her afloat on a raft of straw, so her blood wine may seep into the water's surface. Do this, and into the depths she shall sink, quelling the wrath that awaits below. I think Junko was a sacrifice from the demon clan to appease what is below. It's my suspicion, but I'm probably going to take time tomorrow to have a look through all of these, because I definitely think that there's something to be found here. But for now, I think let's find a place to save the game.
おね言う通りだ。時間がない。2人とも待ってて。すぐ行く。
I've got a lot of the content, the extra content from New Game Plus, and I think that the documents are going to draw the lines between some of the questions that I have. Let's save one more time. I'm definitely going to call it here. If you're hanging out in the Kick chat or the YouTube chat, consider a like, a sub, a follow, all of those things. There's also a link to the stream Discord at the top of the chat. We'd love to see you there. I will be back on tomorrow with my last stream of Silent Hill F. I will not be New Game Plusing this. I think one New Game Plus is enough, and it is worth it because there's a lot more content that it has revealed to me so that I can get an idea of what the hell is going on with this story. But thank you guys for hanging out, and I hope you have a wonderful night. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.